Y'all already know this is Punch on Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Man, drama, drama, drama. Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis in jeopardy. I mean, I know that a lot of people in the boxing world was downplaying this event, downplaying this fight, exhibition, whatever you want to call it, because of course a lot of people wanted to see Gervonta Davis in a rematch with Lamar Roach, in which there was a lot of people out there that felt like Lamar Roach did come out with a victory. But the New York State Athletic Commission was in that political thing with Gervonta Davis and PBC and stuff like that, and then came up with a draw. And I think that there's been a discussion in reference to Gervonta Davis throughout his career. What's good? What's good? What's good in the chat? What's good, man? My thong in the building. What's good, man? Lazy in the building. What's good, man? No, kind of late. I scheduled this yesterday and stuff like that. But it is what it is. Let's talk about this Gervonta Davis, huh? And let's talk about the ladies in his life. Is it him or is it the ladies in his life? Is it they searching for money or is they searching for respect? I know there's gonna be a type of a subject that, you know, there's gonna be a few out there. Then what you talking about, man? You support what Gervonta Davis been doing with these things. You support that. They lying. I don't know. Yo, I'm giving Gervonta Davis the benefit of the doubt in reference to his domestic violence lawsuit allegations. Yeah, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Am I saying I agree whatever is happening, what the story is out there? I don't know if the story is true. I don't know if the story is fake. But I'm going to give Gervonta Davis the benefit of the doubt. That's just on me. So a lot of people was talking about, is the fight with Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul, is it gonna be canceled, or they're gonna go with it? Because in the undercard, there's going to be a lot of female fighters, and we want to know how the female fighters feel about Gervonta Davis and the allegations that has been the recent one. What they felt about a long time ago when we saw Gervonta Davis manhandle his baby mama in that arena. Stanley in the building, what's good, man? Do you believe the allegations, ladies and gentlemen? Do you believe it? Because I don't. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give Tank the benefit of the doubt just because. It's a lawsuit. Woman ain't pressing charges. The club ain't pressing charges. The DA ain't pressing charges. And yo, ladies and gentlemen, look. When I read the ESPN report, the TMZ report, and it said that Gervonta Davis he physically abused this lady in the lounge. On the lounge, the VIP lounge. You telling me in the VIP lounge out there in Miami, there's no surveillance camera around this time? You telling me around this time where everybody be using their camera phones, like, yo, even people when they see a cat fight in the hood, everybody turn on their camera phone. You telling me that there ain't no cameras around? You telling me everybody got a phone, including Gervonta Davis and the chick and the surveillance camera. Ain't no surveillance camera around? I don't believe it. I'm giving Gervonta Davis the benefit of the doubt. Well, that's just me. Huh? Are you going to justify? You going to be like, oh, man, or it's going to be ladies out there. You're going to be like, come on, man, Punch. Come on. Are you going to justify my character as a man if I give Gervonta Davis the benefit of the doubt? I don't believe it. I think she's going for the money. I think she's going for the moolah. And by the way, bad timing anyway, because if you was one of them scoochies that's trying to get Gervonta Davis for the money, you should have waited until he got that $40 million bag with the Jake Paul situation. You feel me? Nah. It's happening too much in the sport of boxing. That's the primary problema in the sport of boxing when it comes to fighters. The women. I know in society there's been a reputation that women are men's downfall. Well, that was the first thing that happened between the first Adam and Eve. I mean, that's the DNA anyway. What's good, Joaquin? What's good? Are y'all going to give Gervonta Davis the benefit of the doubt? Or you going to give the woman that's suing Gervonta Davis, not pressing criminal charges on Gervonta Davis, if she wants money? She wants money. And there's too many instances of fighters that have to go through this through the history of the sport of boxing. And I'm not, hey yo, and I'm not saying that. I don't. What's good? What's good? He says, salute. Tang should not for sex change and join midget boxing league. Then he can continue to beat on women and fight low caliber opposition. You really think? Look, I know. This what it is. You stop hating yet? What are you talking about? If I stop hating yet? Stop hating yet on who? I never hate on nobody. Who I'm hating? David Hamilton. Y'all be yo. Let me tell you like this, folks. Yo, don't let me see. Let me see. Hold on. He said, Joaquin said, I don't believe the hoe, respectfully. He said, but David Hamilton said, you stop hating yet. Hating on what? What? Because I make a prediction, that don't mean hate. Because I make a prediction. I would ask y'all a question, yo. Go aside from this Gervonta, Sam Davis, and Jake Paul, we're gonna go right back to it. But I wanna entertain this right here. Because you make a prediction that this one is gonna beat this one. That means that you hate. The dude that you're predicting is going to lose? Can I just make a prediction without anybody saying, yo, but you hate them. You hate it. So if I predict that Canelo Alvarez is going to beat Terence Bud Crawford, that means I hate Terence Bud Crawford? If I don't predict that Terence Crawford would beat Canelo Alvarez, then I'm hating on Canelo Alvarez? Can I make a damn prediction? Huh? You've been hating on Bud for Haney Door years. Hating on Bud for many years? What you talking about? What you talking about, David Hamilton? Did you see my take on Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence? All right, David Hamilton says you've been. I want to entertain this, folks. All right, David Hamilton in the chat right now. If I've been hating on Terence Bud Crawford, what was my prediction to Terence Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence, David Hamilton? Come on now. We live right now, so I want you to type quick. What was my prediction? And say my actual prediction with detail my actual prediction on Terence Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence. Since I've been hating Bud Crawford for years. Exactly what Cash was listening to. Come on now. Come on, Hamilton. Since I've been hating on Bud Crawford for years. Let me know my prediction. With Bud versus Majumov, with Bud versus Earl Spence, with Bud versus anybody that he fought leading up to the fight. Tell me my prediction with Bud and all the fights. Come on now. Since I've been hating on Bud for years. Yeah, you did say Bud will win. So, all right. So you say years. But you took away his credit after he whooped. I never took no Bud Crawford credit after he beat Canelo Alvarez. What you talking about, bro? As a matter of fact, I've been on Canelo Alvarez's case. What you mean I took credit from Bud Crawford? I said that Bud Crawford is the face of boxing. I said Bud Crawford is the number one guy in North America. What you talking about? First ballot Hall of Fame. GOAT. Go watch the video. What you talking about? I took credit. Hell no, I ain't took credit, man. But you took away, no, man. Y'all tripping, bro. Y'all, the thing is, y'all go so far. Look, this is what it is. Y'all over exaggerate y'all pick. So when it's Bud wins, and now I gotta eat my crow. I'm eating my crow. But y'all want me to choke on crow. Y'all want me to die on crow. Y'all want me to drown on crow. Y'all want me to have no, y'all don't even want me to give Bud props. If I give Bud props, y'all be like, no, keep the same energy. I told you. You said it many times. Come on now. Shit. As a matter of fact, I was more dissing Turkey Al Sheikh than anything else. Huh? I made it fun. That's my chocolate thunder. Come over here, Terence Bud Crawford. I want you to come over here and beat Canelo Alvarez right away. You know what I'm saying? I make it comedic, man. You guys take it. Y'all can't take predictions like personal. It's not hate. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Hey, yo, I got Devin Haney beating Brian Norman Jr. Do I hate Brian Norman Jr.? Do I hate Brian Norman Jr. because I got Devin Haney outboxing Brian Norman Jr.? I believe that the people, matter of fact, I believe the people that's picking Brian Norman Jr. to beat Devin Haney are just Devin Haney haters. See, I can say the same thing. I think the people that's picking Brian Norman Jr. to beat Devin Haney is Devin Haney haters. Because I do believe that as much of a statement, I ain't gonna say a statement because he be saka 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 suku kuku 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 out there in Japan, right? He ain't nobody. He really ain't nobody to us. So let's be real. Let's be honest. Brian Norman Jr. ain't beat nobody really. Brian Norman Jr. ain't beat Brian. Just let's keep the same energy. Let's keep the same energy. Let's keep the same energy. Just like we were saying back in the days when Devin Haney was elevated, we called him an email champion, right? But he proved to us when he beat the guy that beat the guy, and George Kambosos, and then he defended the belt versus Lomachenko, and then he went up there to the 140-pound division and beat the guy, the 1 and 2, one of the top two guys in the 140-pound division, and Regis Prograis. And we will say, yo, damn, Devin Haney, we don't know if his power is going to translate to the 140-pound division. And boom, he dropped him on the floor. Boom, every time Devin Haney has answered the bell, right? Brian Norman Jr., if we're going to keep that energy with Devin Haney in the beginning of his career, let's keep that energy with Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. ain't beat nobody. He ain't even beat an ex-world champion. He ain't even beat a veteran, a good veteran that was great in his time. Like, he ain't even beat a guy that's a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? His resume is more suspect than almost any resume in the sport of boxing right now, bro. And he's a good guy. He's a good kid. I like the combination of father and son. You already know I always say that fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing, but I got to keep it real. I got to keep it honest, folks. Brian Norman Jr. is the most manufactured fighter in the sport of boxing in North America. Am I right or am I wrong? Go check out his resume. That ain't my resume. That's his resume. I'm not saying that he don't got good skills. I think he's good, but I can't say that he gonna be the guy that's already proven to be world-class fighters, world-class ex-world champion. You know what I'm saying? These fights have developed Devin Haney as well, beating the Linares, beating the JoJo, beating the, you know what I'm saying, bringing the Lomachenko. Remember, Devin Haney did not have to face Vasily Lomachenko. Devin Haney did not have to face Vasily Lomachenko, and he still took that risk. So shout out to Devin Haney for that one, because I didn't even think he was going to take that fight. I didn't even think he was going to take that fight. As a matter of fact, if I checked the video and I was chopping it up back and forth for Bill Haney, I said, man, you don't even got to give him an opportunity because Lomachenko didn't give him, Devin Haney, the opportunity. So that was a gutsy move to defend his world title. Now, put it this way, but I got to give Devin Haney his props as well, right? Comparing what my guy Dave was talking about, Bud and Haney, at least Devin Haney defended his undisputed world championship crown. Let me tell you like this. What's good, Queen? What's good, Queen? Wrong in the building. One of the members of Punch Drunk Boxing. Wrong. Haney's hoping his power finally comes in for this fight. Hey, yo, Ron, it came in. It did pause. It did came into his power came in versus Regis Prograis. Pause. His power came in versus Regis Prograis. Because I remember that was a discussion that the world of boxing was having. Will Devin Haney power translate to the 140-pound division? And hey, yo, I'll tell you like this. Devin Haney did something that Bud Crawford haven't done. I'm not saying that Bud Crawford is, I'm not taking that away from Bud Crawford. What I'm saying is that at least Devin Haney has done something that Bud Crawford haven't done in terms of defending his undisputed crown. And in the world, and in the era, what's good, Clay? And in the era of undisputed, right? Shout out to Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo didn't defend his undisputed crown. Or Alexander Usyk didn't defend his undisputed crown in the cruiserweight division. Or did he? Versus Tony Bellew? I think so. I'm not sure. I gotta check I gotta check that back. But Crawford never defended his undisputed at 140. Never defended his undisputed in Dímelo para el pastor, motivation, con los 20 pesos, 20 de los super chari parique. Good looking now para el pastor de boxeo, Punch. I know you be watching Casa A lo foca. Hey. Yo, I just want. Yo, that shit. Cállate. 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 I seen the highlight, but I haven't checked a whole episode though. You talking about con fruta? Ah, cállate, cállate. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know if y'all know, but probably it's an inside joke for motivation, huh? But yeah, man, I see y'all started cracking up. The way that Fruta was looking at the tranny, I was like, he was like that. Mira, tú eres un hombre, tú eres un hombre. Cállate, cállate. Yo, man. Yo. But back to boxing, back, because they don't know what we're talking about, motivation. But good looking out. Appreciate you, my brother, with the $20 beans or the 20 beans. So yeah, one thing that Devin Haney has done, Devin Haney has defended his undisputed world champion, and not just defended versus just anybody. He defended it versus Vasily Lomachenko. That was risky. That was a risky move. That was a risky move. And you know how much risk of a move that is, Devin Haney. And look, we got to give Devin Haney props for that, defending his world title versus Vasily Lomachenko. One, he didn't have to do it. Two, it was the last fight of the contract with Top Rank. The last fight, meaning that politically wise, they could have easily given it to Vasily Lomachenko. Because Devin Haney, that was his last fight with the contract with Top Rank. They could have easily given it to Vasily Lomachenko and this is what I mean. Sometimes boxing is political, and sometimes boxing fans, we could know that something may happen because, okay, this it was this promoter, this fighter. Like, put it this way. Devin Haney did go out there in Saudi Arabia. I was going to say Saudi Arabia. He went out there to Australia. They easily could have robbed him over there, but it was too much. It was so lopsided that they couldn't rob him. But versus Vasily Lomachenko, that could have been an easy rob. Got to give credit to Devin Haney, man. And then the situation with him and Teofimo Lopez and with my brother, Teofimo Lopez pulled out of a fight with Devin Haney. I thought, to be honest, I think Teofimo Lopez going to beat the crap out of Devin Haney, especially the momentum that Teofimo Lopez have. He's in the gym. He's healthy. He's in his grind. Probably he's in the gym right now. And Devin Haney, even though that he beat Jose Ramirez, you know what I'm saying? It ain't look like a confidence Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Even though that he beat Jose Ramirez, we could look at it and say that's not a confidence Devin Haney, right? But back to the Gervonta Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know, let your brother know. Do you believe in Gervonta Tank Davis? Do you stand with Gervonta Tank Davis in this matter with his woman, baby mama, whatever a fling that he got? That this woman is suing him. But I'm tired of listening to violence. I'm going to keep it real, man. I know I'll probably get flagged for this. I know I may lose certain female friends and female supporters, but just listen to your boy, Mr. Moonshine, all right? Just listen to your boy. I'm just tired of... Should I say it, folks? Damn it, folks, should I just say it? Huh? These are the type... See, this is the type of statements that make punch wrong boxing, right? But these are the type of statements that has got me blackballed from the sport of boxing. That has got me like, yo, he's a cool dude, funny dude, but I can't be seen with that dude. I can't be going to his platform like that and do interviews with him. These are the type of statements that I'm about to make. Should I say it, damn it? Give me a yes or no in the damn chat. Tio really signed that Shakur fight. Yeah, man, he ready for it. Both fighters, both Shakur and Tio. I'm tired of violated women going after the bag. I'm tired of women first that's getting that say they're sexually violated, physically violated by a man, but then go for the bag and don't even go for criminal charge. They don't even go to putting that dude in jail. Folks, are y'all tired of that? I am. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry, ladies, and I'm sorry, dudes that want the brownie points with the ladies and be like, nah, man, what you talking about, yo? What you talking about, Punch? Nah, man. Anybody violated? What if it happens to your daughter? I am tired of women that say they were sexually violated and physically violated, but go for the bag. At this point of my life and my wisdom and what I've seen and what I've heard and what I've experienced and what I've seen on the TVs and the social medias and just stories, this is the reason why I'm giving Gervonta Tank Davis the benefit of the doubt. I can understand if you get charges and have restitution, but just going for a check is wild. Thank you, Payne. Thank you, Payne. Let me say it like this, and filing a police report is not enough. You know what filing a police report is? Just so you can have something lined up. No, press charges, not file a police report. Because you can say, you know what, I'm just letting you know this and this and that. I don't want him to go to jail. I'm just letting you know this and that, and I'm, seek a order of protection. Ladies and gentlemen, no. There should be no... Let me see. It happens too much. Women give up the goods and go straight to sue. Is the new norm is the new norm. Is the new way to get paid. And now there's a government shutdown. Now there's a government shutdown. Now these they're gonna pick on the whatever who who the one that got more money that fucked me last month. Okay, let me go after him. I can't go after this little drug dealer and shit like that because they only pay $25 a month, and he work off the books. He work on the books. I'm gonna get this motherfucker. I need some money. I need some groceries. It's becoming a norm. It's becoming a norm. It's becoming a norm. You know what? You know what is bad? It's bad that men. I'm gonna say it like this: men in powerful position, in inspiring position. I'm gonna say inspiring position, like radio, TV. They got traffic. Their social media platform, their presence, right? They don't hold these type of women accountable. They don't use their platform to hold. And I'm not saying don't hold the men accountable. Yes, hold the men accountable. Us men, us men, we gotta be real with one another. We gotta have a brotherhood circle, just like the sisters be having their sister circle. We're tired of these athletes that got their bread and right away want to run and get married and get a relationship. Hey, yo, mira, mete la todita la mujer. I don't understand what these dudes, you're about to be famous. What you trying to like take a, yo, every athlete should take a page out of Derek Jeter's book. All right? Every athlete take a page out of Derek Jeter's book. Derek Jeter moved the best out of any athlete, bro. Derek Jeter was the man. Derek Jeter put his career first, his money, his business, and then when he retired, then he said, let me settle down now. Every athlete should take a page, and I'm talking about like athlete like a Derek Jeter or you know what I'm saying, that you the man, you the top dog in your team, the top dog in one of the best in that field. Take a page out of Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter need to write a book and how to go by your career with the ladies. Every athlete should as a matter of fact, I'm gonna hit Derek Jeter for that. I want to see if Derek Jeter. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send an email to somebody that know Derek Jeter, something like that. Maybe I could get some residuals. No, Derek Jeter already got kids now. But after his career, you ain't never heard Derek Jeter with women problems. Derek Jeter used to go. All you hear was Derek Jeter's dating this one. And that's it. La otra, that's it. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Get the hell out of here. La otra, come to me. We're going on a date. Now get the fuck out of here. Now you right here. You looking good. All right, now get the hell out of here. All right. Derek Jeter was the man, bro. Derek Jeter was the man. All these dudes having women problems, bro. All these women, all these guys have a woman. Now, if you came up with shorty, right? If you came up with shorty, like Allen Iverson, I could understand Allen Iverson's situation. I could understand Jamal Charlo's situation. Jamal Charlo has been with his, now they divorced, but he was with his lady. He got 5 kids with his lady. That's his high school sweetheart. And y'all familiar with the channel? How many, I did videos trying to mend that. You know, I wasn't throwing no shades at Jamal Charlo. I gave Gervonta Charlo the benefit of the doubt because I wanted to give his fatherhood the benefit of the doubt. I want to give his family a chance. See, I'm one of the few platforms that when these guys get in trouble for something, every platform go run away with the same story to catch that wave, to catch that traffic, to catch them subscribers and follows and stuff like that. Look. These are the type of lives, my statements are the type of lives that's the reason why I'm unbiased, logically, and objectively. But it's the reason why I do get blackballed, I do get shadow banned, because sometimes I think I say certain things that other people may want to say, but don't say it because they're afraid they ain't gonna get brownie points with a girl at work, with your girl looking on, with whatever, stuff like that. Hey, yo, I am on Gervonta Tank Davis' side until further notice. I don't believe this chick. I think she's going for the bag because the lawsuit states that. She's not going for criminal charges. She don't feel hurt. It doesn't look like. The stories don't add up. She says she probably got an attorney, and there's scumbags attorney out there that be looking at these athletes, and, you know, just like that attorney that Jay-Z sued. Jay-Z had the money. Put it this way, Jay-Z had the type of money for that lawyer that be searching for these celebrities and get these chicks to sue these for these allegations. Remember the allegation that Jay-Z had, saying that he violated a 13-year-old? Jay-Z took it real serious and sued, and then sued that attorney, and they dropped the case. What happened? What happened? I'm sorry, folks. Now I'm not giving these type of women the benefit of the doubt. No, he violated you. He punched you. You know, look at Devin. Yo, remember Devin Haney's baby mama? What we said before, what we said leading up to that. I said, well, yo, what, Devin Haney? What you doing with that? What you gonna do with this woman, bro? He was a laughing stock, bro. We saw her with Young Thug visiting in jail. Yo, Devin, bro, she's a devil. What you call it? Something angel. She was an escort her whole life, bro. Why you wifing that up, Devin? You're a good kid. Why are you wifing that? Out of all the girls, you want to wife that Taz Angel chick. Taz Angel chick, bro. Out of all the girls, yo, you fight everywhere. You travel the world. You go to Dubai. You couldn't find a baby mama in Australia when you beat George Cambosa. You couldn't go to Saudi Arabia and find a baby mama over there. That you couldn't find a good baby mama over here. You say you Muslim now. You picked the dirtiest one, You picked the dirtiest one. Come on, man. It's a problem. And you know what it is? Is that in this culture, his era, this is Devin Haney era. I'm older than Devin Haney. Devin Haney, Shakur, T.O., they ain't my era. They ain't my generation. That's not my generation. But this generation, the sad part about this generation is that they think it's cool to date, to marry a scoochie, skank and a hoochie. This is the era. See, back then, in the era before, they video vixen chicks. Now, they're the artists now. Now they're the artists, the Cardi B's of the world. No, the Stallions, Medallions, whatever her name is, and stuff like that. No, ahora esos son la dama. Those are the dime pieces of this era. But back then, they were just video vixens. That's it. That's what they are. They're nothing else. Oh, now they're giving these video vixen girls a mic. Oh, now they're the artists. Now they're getting Grammys. Yeah, so mi hermano, what's that, my friend? And now, you wifing these guys, these women. Maybe it was Kanye West that started it with Amber Rose. I don't know. Maybe it was Kanye West that started. Maybe it was Kanye West that started. Kanye West too. Remember the other day I said Kanye West can have all these chicks. He traveled around the world tour and stuff like that. Met every kind, Kim Kardashian is the girl that you want. Kim Kardashian, that everybody already seen what she got. Everybody already seen como ella da la mamada, la mamada, la mamada, la mamada. Everybody seen her, my brother. And that's the one that you pick. And now he crying, oh, I can't see my kids. They don't do this to me. They do this to me. Ah, you did it to yourself. Okay, you did it to yourself. I would have stood with India Rahrini. What's her name? India. The Indian chick. She looking good. She nice. I never heard a lot of stories about her. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? These guys now think that it's cool to wife strippers and porno stars, bro. They made it cool. You know why? Because now it's whole nose ball. There is no standard anymore. There is no barrier. That's it. Is the wild, wild west now. It's the wild, wild west. Look at everybody know who Cardi B, bro. And look at the football player. What's his name? From New England? Look at the football player. You seen today, was it today or yesterday, that they had the video with Cardi B and the owner of New England? And she like, ah, that's your wifey, my brother. That's who you pick. That's who you pick, bro. Colo 20 pesos, my friend, one of the members of Punch On Boxing and the recipient of the Charles Edward Queso tickets for the book for the Canelo Alvarez event. Shout out to Rome, dice. Facts Punch, some women out there move with impunity over their false accusation, destroying men's lives. But today's society, hate for men blinds everyone. We men get even more hate for bringing it up. It's facts. The hate, yo, it's true, my brother. God bless you. Yo, the hate for men, this new wave of toxic masculinity, hate for men, eso es. That's it. Like, everybody knows what's going on, but nobody want to call it out. Like, all these big platforms don't want to call it out, because if all these big platforms call it out, if we look at these situations as ugly, they're just looking at it. You know what they're looking at? All right. You know what they're looking at Gervonta Davis, because they can't take what he did years ago, and it's not, and it's not to excuse him. You know what I'm saying? He got his heavily criticism, right? He got it, right? He manhandled his baby mama in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Should have held his composure. Should have been a man about it and stuff like that. Should have never gone out there like looking like emotional wreck. I don't know what was the issue. I don't know if she left the baby at home or stuff like that. I know she was on a date, but they were still effing with each other and stuff like that. I don't know what was the situation, but at the end of the day, they look right. They look good. It's not good. But just because, and I did a video. I did a video almost 5 years ago now. 2021 in March. I did a video. I said, now on, Gervonta Davis will be fighting for legal fees. I said that. I said almost 5 years ago, because of that incident, every time there's going to be some allegations of some girls saying that Gervonta Davis said, it happens to all the athletes. It happens to all the athletes. Do you know, y'all didn't know this, but I remember I was going to high school, right? And that's when Mike Tyson came out of jail. And I was a big Mike Tyson fan. I was a huge Mike Tyson fan. I still believe that Mike Tyson did not violate Desiree Washington. I still believe to this day. But when Mike Tyson came out, did y'all know that Mike Tyson also got sued from another woman? That he raped her? A lot of people didn't know that. I think to this day, a lot of people really forget about that. A nearly 60-year-old woman sued Mike Tyson. This is after he came out of jail. And it didn't go nowhere. I I remember so clear. You know why? Because I was playing ball back in high school. I used to be in the newspaper. You know what I'm saying? I went to Norman Thomas High School, and when I was checking, and they had like a little, back in the days in New York in the Daily News, they used to put the score of the high school. I had my little 27 points, 8 assists, 8 steals. You know what I'm saying? And that same article was that Mike Tyson was getting sued by a girl, by an elderly girl, by an elderly woman, nearly 60 years old. It ain't past that because now I got to the point. You remember Young Jeezy? Young Jeezy said that he had, what was it, like 5 or 8 open lawsuits with girls and on cities that he still haven't even been on. Young Jeezy once said, yo, I had like 8 lawsuits. And I had it in cities that I've yet gone to. And like not and these girls don't take accountability. That's what, ladies and gentlemen, vote for me. I'm running for office. Vote for Punch Drunk Boxing, baby. I'm running for office. I'm putting these women in jail. 15 to life. 15 to life. No, that's not right. That's not good. That's not fair, my friends. That's not right. You telling me that a woman could just come out of nowhere and say that you did this to her, you did this to her, and it's an all lie, and then she come out and say, "Oh no, it was a lie, it wasn't true," and she and her image doesn't because let me tell you like this: if Devin Haney was in the NBA, MLB, NFL with those allegations, right away he'll be suspended. Right away he's a leave of absence. Right away Nike drops him, or whatever endorsement drops him. Just for the allegations alone. Just for the allegations alone, you lose all that bread, bro. You may lose your job. You may lose your spot. You may lose a payday. And even if it comes out, that's it, they created this buzz and hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, to this day, they don't even want. And even though that Rihanna and the situation of Rihanna and Chris Brown was true, but I even know, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you like this. I don't know if y'all gonna believe me, but it is what it is. Some people gonna believe me, some people gonna not. I used to be in the club all the time. I used to be in the club all the time in the city. I'm from New York City. I used to go in the club 4 days a week. I know promoters and stuff like that, right? So one time I'm in the club, Crowbar. I think it was a Crowbar. But anyway, was it Crowbar? I think it was Crowbar. No, it was a bigger club. Damn, what was the club's name? I doubt it was Crowbar because it had the big, it wasn't Lavo. I think it was Marquee. I think it was Crowbar or Marquee. Put it this way, right? A while ago, long time ago. This was around Chris Brown and Rihanna's situation when it was like big. Like, oh, she can't, I was in a club, right? And Rihanna was there. Rihanna was out there clubbing with her dancers, right? So one of her dancers, she used to have 2 French dancers, 2 girls, French, dark-skinned, twins. One of them wanted to talk to me. They invited me to go to VIP. There is in VIP, there is another room in VIP, but another room into the VIP. Guess who was back there? Guess who was back there, ladies and gentlemen? Guess who was back there? Guess who Rihanna was with? Guess who Rihanna was with? You know who she was with? Chris Brown. At the time where everybody in the world thought that Chris Brown and Rihanna, oh my gosh, Chris Brown. Guess what? And guess what? And guess what Rihanna and Chris Brown was staying at? Yeah, damn, I'm going to write a book. Sue me if I'm lying. Hey, yo, Chris, Rihanna, sue me if I'm lying. They were staying in the Trump Hotel across the street from Central Park in 60, I think it was on 59th, 60th Street. If everybody knows that in the West Side. Yo, me fui con la dancer. Rihanna and Chris Brown never stopped fucking. And you know what the story was? You know what the real story was? I don't know if it actually came out. That's why I think that Rihanna never really shitted on Chris Brown, because the story was this, that Rihanna was a jealous chick. She was hitting. She was Columbus Circle. Yes, the Columbus Circle one. Yeah. Yeah. The story was, in the car, she was effing up Chris Brown with a phone. And she was destroying the Lamborghini. That's when Chris Brown was defending himself. I believe it. That's what that's what they hurt their team around them. They already know. That's why Rihanna never went out there and, I'm telling you, believe me. If y'all believe me, if y'all don't want to believe Punch Drunk Boxer, don't believe me, come to New York City and hang out with me. Come to New York City and hang out. Y'all, not right now, because, you know, it wasn't like back in the days. Yo estoy con la mujer. Yo estoy con la mujer. Yo tengo familia. Yo, man. Now, put it this way. To this day, how long it took Chris Brown to be in the Grammy stage? Huh? Chris Brown got no endorsement, but Chris Brown is a tour king, bro. He's the tour king, bro. Dímelo, Savage. Vamos, hanguear. Huh? He's a king. He's a king tour. Yo. How he resurrected his career. Yo, but that situation, Rihanna still hurts Chris Brown. Not hurt him personally, but if it wasn't for that situation, right now, Chris Brown will be the biggest star. And he's already a big star without the push, without the machine, without no commercial, no interview, no top interviews. None of that. Chris Brown overcame all of that because his talent is undeniable. His talent is undeniable. And guess what? When your talent is undeniable and your talent is still, when your talent and skills and the entertainment value still captivates the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fans, is the reason why Gervonta Tank Davis, after that time when he manhandled his baby mama, sold out Atlanta. Is the reason why Mike Tyson came out of jail and the world wanted to see Mike Tyson. Nobody gave a damn about Desiree Washington. I couldn't wait. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it real. Let's keep it honest. As much as I love Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson is the most glorified convicted rapist in the history of America, outside of Christopher Columbus. Am I right or wrong? Mike Tyson is the most loved, convicted rapist in the history of America. A lot of people was talking about, but Gervonta Tank Davis, that Netflix is not going to warn Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul. Didn't Netflix was the same one that put Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul? Huh? Let me say it like this. The ladies don't care. I'm going to tell you like this. I've been to a Gervonta Tank Davis fight. Gervonta Tank Davis brings them out. Gervonta Tank Davis brings them out. Half of the arenas is females. The first time when the world saw it go viral, it ain't do nothing to hurt his career. He sold out. Each and every fight, he sold out and became bigger and bigger and bigger. See, there's certain things that we don't see. We hear, we don't see. We ain't see what Chris Brown did to Rihanna. We ain't see certain, certain actions of these men. We seen Gervonta Tank Davis manhandle his baby mama in front of the world, in front of a packed arena. And the dude sold out an arena the next fight. And still is the most lucrative boxer of this young generation. So, as much as people want to be like, hey, yo, Tank again? Tank this and that. I'm not saying that I condone that. Even though I don't, I'm giving Gervonta Tanner Davis the benefit of the doubt. I'm not bringing that case into this case. I'm not bringing that case that went viral into this case. No, because I already said after that situation that he's going to be fighting, paying legal fee. There's always going to come a woman to say that he hit her because of that action. That's the way it is. There's always going to be some scumbag attorney that's going to capitalize off these celebrities. If you ball at your sport, you get a pass because you bring money somehow and lots. Yeah, man. When they want to get you, they're going to get you. Why do they keep letting her do this to him over and over? This is another chick. This is another chick. The other chick was the one that put doo-doo in his toothbrush. And after that, she said that she lied. Yo, right there, the DA supposed to charge that woman. How can you lie like that and get away with it? That's not fair, bro. That's not fair at all. Coda in the building was good. That's not fair, man. You can't be saying this. Yo, look at what Devin Haney baby mama said. Devin Haney's mama said that he hit me, he punched me while in my stomach while I was pregnant, bro. And then last week, she came out that after 3 or 4 months of that story, and Devin Haney said, "Nah, I'm suing this chick." Boxing Talk, Olo 20 pesos with the 20. Good looking out, my brother, Boxing Talk. He said, shout to the Pastor of Boxeo. What's up, brother? Ain't seen you live, King. God first, everything second. Smash the like. Jesus is Lord. What we talking about tonight? Hey, yo, Boxing Talk. Do you believe, and everybody else in the chat, are you giving the lady the benefit of the doubt that suing Gervonta Tanner Davis, not pressing charges? She don't want him in jail. She want the bag. She know that Gervonta Tanner Davis is gonna be fighting Jake Paul. He's gonna have a $40 million guaranteed purse. And she's letting by the time that check clears, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. What you think? Are you giving Tank the benefit of the doubt, or you giving the lady that's suing Tank the benefit of the doubt? There's too many of that. Hey, yo, look. Sergey Kovalev, the Russian boxer. A girl sued him. He had sued him. And he pressed charges on him. Oscar de la Hoya been sued by 4 women in the span of what? The last 10 years. Nothing. I did a video about this. Who else? We got Devin Haney situation. We got Tank situation. There's a lot of situations. There's a lot of situations that these women online, bro, and they not even pressing charges. They just suing. They going for the bag. That's disgusting, bro. And you know what's bad? This is the number one bad thing about it. That it's already a trend right now. And it's gonna be a trend, but then it ain't gonna be trending no more. It's just gonna be the way. It's just gonna be normal. It's not gonna just trend. It's gonna be normal. And you know who's going to hurt the most? Those real women that are truly getting violated. And when they want to speak out, nobody going to believe them. And that's why women, see, I don't like when women stay shut with these other with these dirty women doing that, because it only hurts women. That's like when the mujer con pinga with the dudes that want to be chicks is trying to say that they women. And women in you know, y'all so good in this is the reason why I get blackballed, and that's the reason why I get shadow banned. I like talking about these situations, but then I hate it because I don't get the massive support to keep the ball rolling, right? But let me see how I can say it to clean this thing up so I won't get shadowed, because I'm already shadow banned, if y'all haven't noticed. Let me see if I can clean this up. The biggest supporter, mujeres con pingas. I gotta say it like that. Dímelo, dímelo. All right. Let me see how I can clean this up so I can understand what I'm trying to say. The biggest supporter for the Rainbow Army, right? The biggest supporter for the Skittles Army, Taste the Rainbows. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? Y'all understand what I'm saying? You understand? For the Skittles Army, the Rainbow Army, the Fruit Loops, huh? All right? Are women. They march with them. Women are the one that be like, you know what I'm saying? Gays are my best friend and stuff like that. Women are the massive supporter of the Rainbow Coalition. Men, am I right or wrong? Men in the chat. Or the ladies in the chat that want to keep it real. Let's be real. Coda said, yeah. Is women the major support for the Rainbow Coalition? Huh? The Fruit Loops, the Skittles, Taste of Rainbows. Yes or no? Right? He said, yeah. Yeah, okay. Now, when these dudes with these women with bananas, put it that way. I'm trying to clean it up, folks. I don't want to be shadow banned. So when these girls with bananas, plátano, huh? When the mujeres with bananas say that they're women and they want to share the bathroom and they want to play in women categories and women's sports, where is that same women coming together and say, no, we're real women. I'm a mother. I'm a real woman. Huh? I birth children. Yo, women had to fight as well for the equality as well. And now here comes the Rainbow Coalition to hush down the women's fight because the women is still fighting. But now they have to take a back seat for the mujeres con pingas now. But the women ain't speaking up. The women should be fighting them, not the men. Man, because the man is like, man, come on, man. You a damn dude. And then you know who men argue with? You know who want to argue with the men when men be like, man, come on, women, come on, dude, man, you a dude. It's a women. On social media, you get into arguments with women. The women are defending la mujer con pinga. And the women be arguing with men online. We trying to give you your respect. No, you're toxic masculinity. No, everyone deserves to be happy. Come on, everybody deserves to be happy. What are they doing to you? They're doing nothing. Mira. Yo, man, we have become the enemy, bro. We're public enemy number one. We're public enemy number one, bro. They don't even want us to have a voice anymore, man. We're public enemy number one. You don't argue with other dudes. Hey, yo, dudes, all right, if any ladies listening in the chat right now, hey, yo, dudes, do you argue about another dude saying, yo, that's a dude right here. You look at this dude, act like, look at the Wayne son. No, let him be happy. That's good. Ain't no other dude on the father saying, nah, man, you gotta respect the Wayne Wade. At least he love his kids. You know what I'm saying? He doing right, man. He loving his kid. If his son want to be a princess, we should all call him princess. You know what I'm saying? Us dudes don't be fighting one another for that. No, the women want to fight the men. No, that's so cute. The Wayne Wade son, she's so pretty. Good looking out, Rob. Yo, these women be fighting us nowadays, huh? That's the son, yo. If I look at the Wayne Wade right now and say, yo, my brother, that's your son, huh? You despicable as a man, huh? You low life. You don't even deserve to be a father. I tell the Wayne Wade that to his face if I see him around. Huh? How dare you go to Victoria's Secret with your son? Huh? What you got your son for Christmas? A bunch of panties and stuff like that? Huh? How you like that your son is looking like a damn like Oscar de la Hoya? Oscar de la Hoya back in the days with the lingerie. Nah, man. You can't cross the line. That's a father's love. You know what I'm saying? Loving your child is number one. Love it don't mean that you gotta accept everything. Shit, I know my mama love me and my daddy love me. Huh? If I open up a crack pipe and start smoking crack in the living room watching the game, no, call me Pookie, mommy. Call me Pookie. I ain't getting out the house. You love me, right? I love you. You my son. You can do whatever you want to do, and as long as you happy. Hey, yo, back in the days, I couldn't even bring a chick home, huh? For the respect of my mom, huh? A chick, I couldn't bring a chick home, but no, nowadays, the son now these fathers that are named the son dress up. What will you do? He said, yo. He said, "Yo, what would you do if you had a gay child punch? Keep it real. It could happen to me too. What would I do? I don't do nothing. See, because I'm not talking about. Look at this. Look at this. I wouldn't do nothing. I will be disappointed. I will feel like, damn, my son is my legacies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain things that as he grows into adult, we won't. I don't want to talk about. I'm going to look at him a different. I may look at him a different way. Yeah." We might not have a bond, but that would be my son's choice because he already understand how I feel about certain things like that, right? But I would love him, but it's a difference. See, this what it is. This what it is. This what it is. It's not about gays and lesbians. That's different. That's hormones. If a girl likes another girl, if a dude likes another dude, it's when the dude say, "I'm really a girl." And all my life, I've been inside of this body, and this body ain't mine. No, that's mental illness. Tú eres una loca. You're loco. Get the hell out of here. Put in a straitjacket. Go to Bellevue Hospital. That's what it is. If a another dude likes a dude and a girl likes a girl, that's homo. That's like, hey, that's what you like. You know what I'm saying? But if you saying that, no, if you are Kim Kardashian, did you see that clip of Kim Kardashian's sister saying that sometimes I don't understand my mom. Ed, that's your father, you stupid idiot. Boxing Talk with the $50 super chat. Good looking out, my brother, with the support. Shout out to Pastor Punch preaching more truth than most. Most YTBC channels are puppets. Punch preach unity, Christ, great boxing, and the craziest entertainment in the YTBC. Keep preaching truth. Sermons with Punch. That's what I'm talking about, Boxing Talk. That's what I'm talking about, Boxing Talk. Hey, yo, but you know what truth does in these platforms? Damn, man. You can... I just can't help myself. Boxing Talk to speak the truth. I can't help myself. But look, it's a difference between. I appreciate you, Boxing Talk, with the support. He said no punch. That's all the meaning. No, all of it. But I'm just saying what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do. I don't have to accept it. You think no? If my son or even my daughter. Oh, I'm gonna bring my. No, that's it. No, you're not gonna bring. You don't do it in front of me, bro. Don't you ain't gonna bring nothing like that in front of me. And you gotta live your life. So when you come to Thanksgiving, you come alone. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna come up, you think I'm gonna see that? No, then we don't see each other. I love you from afar because you're my son, and if something happens to you, I'll be there for you. But I'm not gonna be in your life like that. Tell them, Ron, become a member to the best channel, YTBC. Let's go. 20 months in. I love them, but sometimes family grows apart. You're not going. But it also depends how they respect. I give you an example. Right? I give you an example about respect, right? Back then, I don't know now, but back then, when my brother started smoking cigarettes, see, my parents don't smoke. My father don't smoke and my mother didn't smoke. But my brother, my older brother, was smoking cigarette. When my father would come around, my brother in the block, my brother will put his cigarette out. Back then, now I think he's already 40 and stuff like that. But in his 20s or whatever, my father would come down walking, and my brother, my father already knew that my brother was smoking. But by the respect for my father would throw the cigarette out. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? There's still a respect level there. Huh? I get my little drinky drink, but guess what? If my mom was around, let's say at Thanksgiving, I don't drink. If it's wine, wine. But liquor, no. If she wants to drink a little bit of wine, you know what I'm saying? A little Jesus juice, huh? But I won't drink. I had that respect. And my cousins, even when my grandmother was alive, right? Everybody get together, my grandmother be around, and they all just drinking and stuff like that. Everybody get a bottle, and yo, my cousin would be like, yo, drink. I said, nah. Well, you porque abuela está ahí. I said, yeah. Because I love that I had that reputation when my grandmother saw me in a way. That's why me and her was so cool. She respected me. She always gave me props. She always gives me, you know, she was the only person that made me feel that, damn, like, you ain't doing nothing wrong. You a great student. You a great son. You a great grandson. You a great kid. You a great guy. You a great father. So with certain people, you want to keep presenting yourself that way because they make you feel good about what your core is. Put it that way, what your core is. Work for real with the $5 super chat. Good looking out, bro. He said, yo, Punch. It feels good to hear someone on the tube not scared to preach what he believes in. Make America hate men persons again. Yo, I'm telling you like this, man. What's good? Yo, there's certain things, you live a life or you do certain things outside of the norm. You gotta still have that respect for your pops, for your moms, for the way that they gave you that core value. And when you around them, you show that core value. Even when you're not around them, you show them that core value. Let me tell you like this, ladies. We're not perfect, and we all going to make mistakes. And sometimes we need to make mistakes to learn from those mistakes. But there's going to be mistakes that people have made around us that we got to be smart enough. And good luck that I had an older brother, because I didn't make certain mistakes that my older brother did, because I already see what he went through and the mistakes that he had to overcome, right? So I'm the younger brother. I got to learn from my own. If he make mistakes and we're learning from my father was in and out of jail. My brother is in and out of jail. I'm not in and out of jail. Then if I would have been in and out of jail like my father and my brother, then what would have made me? And I'm the youngest son. It would have been like, yo, you ain't learned nothing from us. You know what I'm saying? So we got to go through certain mistakes, but if there's certain mistakes that other people close to us, around us, have made, we got to learn from it. We can't be making the same mistakes. Also is that there's going to be times in life that we're going to go away from our core value, right? But the good thing about having a core value and having a center, having a center, that's the belief in God. That's the core value that you grow, that your grandmother instilled in you, that your father and mother instilled. If it wasn't for my grandmother, my father that was in and out of jail probably would have never known who Christ was around that time that he accepted Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior. And if it wasn't for my grandmother and my mother wasn't going to church back then. So then later on, when my sister was born, that's when my mother started going to church and stuff like that. But if it wasn't for my grandmother instilling the core value a long time ago, when you go away, you don't know where to come back. That's the good thing about, having a core value. I feel like most of us have a core value. It doesn't matter if you rich, poor, there's a core value. And through our life, we're going to go this way. But we're going to come back to the center. We're going to go, when shit hits the fan, sometimes we know where to go back. We know where to go home. It's just like when you run away from home when you was a kid. I want to leave out of here. I don't love you, Mom, and I don't love you. And I hate you. You don't make me do this. You don't remember you do that? You know when you was young and you thought you had all the answers, and then you go out and you come right back like a day or two, probably the same night, knocking on the door. Or you want to come back? You want to come back in the house, huh? Vete a acostar, vete a bañar. You know what I'm saying? I hope you accept that punch. Jesus prophesies of a last messenger more. I hope you accept that. I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And I'm not, if I always say, God first, everything second. Fight plus survive equals true champions. We're brothers and sisters, sons and daughters of the Most High. There's only one race, the human race. Whatever, hey, put it this way. Hey, Eric, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? It's a gift. For me, it's a gift. Having Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. That doesn't mean I'm perfect. That doesn't mean that my flesh doesn't want to commit sins. That doesn't mean that I'm one step in the world, and one step in my will. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't struggle. I'm not saying I don't struggle with the flesh and the spirit. I don't say I don't struggle, but at the end of the day, I know my core. I know that Jesus is good, and Jesus is real, and Jesus is great, and Jesus is my Lord and Savior. And Jesus is the way for me to go to the kingdom of heaven. And Muhammad is not my way to go to the kingdom of heaven, my brother. He's not my way. He didn't die for my sins, brother. I'm sorry. But that's on you, brother. That's on you. You live your life the way you want to live. But I want to go to paradise. I want to go to heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's the gift. That's the gift. The gift. Accept Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. Repent, and I want to live in the kingdom of heaven. I want those gates to be open. And Muhammad is not going to be there to open them gates for me, brother. That's the gift. I want the gift. Hey. He ain't going to open them gates for me, my brother. I'm sorry, brother. Muhammad ain't going to be the one to be like, hey, my brother, here. Let me open the gates for you. He ain't going to open the gates for me, bro. Jesucristo que estaba en la cruz, in the cross. He's the one that took the beating for us. He's the one that took the beating for us. Ay, no era Mohammed, oíste. No era ese tigre. No era ese tigre that took the beating for us. Oíste. Mira este tigre viniendo de que con Mohammed. Mohammed does my sandwiches in the deli, all right? Ese Mohammed mío. Makes my day punch and he speak. No. Que venga, no. You don't hear pressure me, but they can. No, Mohammed makes my sandwiches. He makes me avocado sandwiches. Later on, I'm gonna show you who makes Mohammed, my friend. And Mohammed that I love is Muhammad Ali. The reason why I love boxing. Que Mohammed es que Mohammed. Jesucristo es que manda aquí. Oíste, Jesucristo que manda aquí. Jesus Christ is the guy. He's the man. No veas con Mohammed. Mohammed is Muhammad Ali. Mohammed that make my sandwiches and during lunch. Desde aquí, tigre. I'm sorry, God. I humble myself, okay? Relax. High blood pressure today. I'm sorry, God. No, the tigre viene con Mohammed. I was with Mohammed the other day. He made me a sandwich. I said, yo, my man, you put too much mayonnaise in the sandwich. Relax in the mayonnaise. I'm trying to lose weight around here. How do you feel? Cause I said that, my brother, I shout out to all the Muslim brothers. I truly love my Muslim brothers, bro. I told you I know my story. I told you a long time ago. I used to carry a Quran and the Bible. I was dabbling. I was trying to figure out my journey. You know what I'm saying? I was raised Christian, but being young, you only accept Jesus Christ because your grandmother says, because you was grown. So I wanted to find my real journey. So when I was looking, no, I wanted to become a Muslim. No, and this. And I was going to Muslim temples, and they was kicking me out because I had a tattoo. That's what Muhammad said to me. Oíste. Hey, the first time I went, when I was almost to convert, and that was Papi Papa Dios. Mira. The first time I went to a mosque, that I was already in my mind that said I'm going to become a Muslim. This was my first tattoo. Look, it looked like a jail tattoo. right? Let me see if y'all see. Okay. Me. This is my first tattoo. Look, it look like a jail tattoo. You can see my first tattoo when I was 16 years old, right? I went to a Muslim mosque. I was already ready. 15 years old. I'm going to become Muslim. I had Malcolm X. I ain't never had no poster of nobody but Malcolm X. It's my first book. I used to read the Elijah Muhammad first books and all of that. That's it. And guess what the dude told me in the door? He said, oh, sorry, you can't come in because you got a tattoo. That was my first introduction. And to be honest, that right there. And then one time they saw me, I was the next day I was playing ball and I was coming up the streets like, oh, you could come on a Friday when we could accept everybody. Oh, no, you didn't want to accept me on a Wednesday. You know, no, I don't come over here, okay? Muhammad doesn't want me here. I don't go over there. Hallelujah to the Lamb. Testimony Sunday of God's grace. Run into a demon and call out Christ's name, and you will see the power of God in Christ Jesus. Amen. Boxing talk. Amen. He said, why are you admitting to having a Malcolm X poster? I was 14, 13, 14, 15. That was my guy. I used to be self-taught. I used to go to school to just teach whatever's in school, but pass the test. That's what school is. But you have to self-teach, and I wanted to self-teach why things happen in certain. I'm always been like that. Even when I was going to church, I was always questioning the pastor to the point is, they didn't even want to answer. I'll go to another church. I used to tell my aunt, my grandmother, they'd be like, yo, you very curious about a lot of stuff. Because I was reading the Bible. And when I told you, I used to walk around with the Quran and the Bible. When I was young, I really wanted that connection. I really wanted that connection. I was always fascinating in wanting to have a personal relationship with God. And thank you, Boxing Talk, for the $50 super chat. I love you, my brother. God bless you. Que Dios te bendiga, mi hermano. And, you know, I remember I was questioning the priest. When I hear the preacher preaching, and I said, but this is not in the Bible. When they started saying that Halloween is the birthday of the devil. I said, when the Bible said that Halloween, ni no tiene Halloween in the Bible. No me diga eso, pastor, tú estás hablando mentira ahora, eh? Are you lying to me? All right? I want to wear my costume, all right? Yo, but that's hey, yo, but that's how it started when I was young. Huh? Because that's it. When everybody know if you're a Pentecostal Baptist, you ain't celebrating Halloween. I'll be honest, I did not celebrate Halloween when I was young. Hey, yo, they stripped that little fun happiness from me. My pops, once they became Christian, there was no more Halloween. And Halloween was the birthday of the devil. Work for it. Worthy was lamb that was slain. Hallelujah. Yeah, we got my brothers is out here today. The brothers is out here today. The Jesus gang is out here today. Christ gang is out here today. But, yo, that's how it started when I was very young. Because I had the Bible, but I had like not the concise of Bible that young people could read, but it was still as thick it is. It was just break it down in layman's terms. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, pero no dice nada de Halloween en la Biblia. Ain't nothing Halloween right here, huh? He said Halloween was copied from the Dia de los Muertos, which is today a Mexican holiday that's been around for over 2,000 years. But the preacher be saying something. You know what it is? The preacher, and it got to the point where I was imitating preacher. Even my grandmother used to be like, mira, Eddie, no juegue con la cosa de Dios. Eddie, no juegue con la cosa de Dios. Yo, because you know what's funny? Because it got to the point where the preacher would be like, open up your Bibles and stuff like that. And I'm just going to translate, right? Open up the Bibles. And he'll stick to that one line. And he'll do a sermon off that one line. And he goes back to that one line. Like, for example, if it says that Jesus is Lord, right? It may put it this way. If it says Jesus walked on water. Let's just go by that line. Jesus walked on water. And it said that Jesus walked on water. And the water had waves. The water wasn't that still. The water was, was flowing like an Orchard Beach in the summer. But Jesus kept on walking on water. Let me tell you like this, the water is strong, but Jesus is stronger. Yeah, the water could be pure, not pure, but Jesus is pure in the water. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Church is entertainment to me too, man. It got to entertainment to me. Hey, yo, I just can't wait for the Hey, yo, bring the gospel music. Bring the gospel music. Punch, you are... Right? They get overboard. And when Jesus was walking on water, he was walking on his slippers and not barefooted. Yeah, he was skating on the water. Yeah, he was running in the water. Yeah, he was sprinting in the water. Jesus Christ was the first surfer to surf on the water. He took a wood. He was surfing on the water. Daniel saw him. The people saw him. They exaggerated the whole thing. He said, yo, you don't think Halloween is spiritual, Punch? I don't know. I think everything has, put it this way, Coda. What's good on those boxes in the building? Everything had its meaning. Everything got its meaning. I don't know what it is. I don't know every meaning because this is 2025 going on 2026. There's a lot of things back in the days, like words that have meaning that don't mean nothing today. There was bad words back in the days that now is good words today. There's good words today that back in the days is bad words. And I'm going to give you an example. Back in the day, saying the N-word was a bad word. But today, saying the N-word is a good word. See, the meaning's changed, right? Back in the days, calling a woman a B is highly disrespectful. But now the homegirls be calling each other the B, and that's my bitch. Yeah, that's my home. That's my bitch. That's my bitch. So everything got a meaning. I don't know exactly what every meaning is because every meaning going to change. What is meaning to you? Now, I'm going to tell you this, right? I'm going to tell you like this, folks. And I know we're talking about life because boxing translates to life itself. But I want to share this. I want to share this with y'all. Y'all can share it with me. We could go back and forth in the chat and whatever. But let me know if I'm not making any sense. Everybody should build what they deem as their own morals and principle. Remember, this is your life, not everybody else's life. This is your life, and everybody that comes around you or want to be a part of your circle, you let them know who you are so they could be comfortable in your circle so they won't have to change who you are. Example, then a lot of people say now that, man, you need therapy. This person needs therapy. And therapy has become this new wave of making money. Everybody needs therapy. Therapy is good. No. I believe that there's a lot of people in the world that's living for other people. That's the problem. There's a lot of people now that is not truly happy because they're living for other people. They're living for other people's acceptance. Sometimes when there's something great about you or there's something that you like about you, even if other people think that is wrong. I give you an example. I got a short temper, right? I got a short temper. For some people, they may be, okay, better this. I got a short temper and I take a lot of things personal. For a lot of people say, yo, you shouldn't take a lot of things personal. Yo, you shouldn't hold grudges, you know what I'm saying? That's not healthy for you, you know what I'm saying? You should get therapy for that. I don't know. I like my short temper because my short temper, my reaction could actually be good. If you mess with my kid and I have to defend my kid, I react quick. Some people, even with their kids or even with themselves, they freeze. They freeze. They don't react. They don't know what to do. I'm good with my short temper. If I could channel my temper is one, but I'm good with my short temper. Huh? I'm good in taking, if I'm cool with you, if you are my friend, and you are my friend, you are a family member, you're somebody that are important to me and I'm important to you. I'm gonna take everything personal, my brothers. Yes, I'm gonna take everything personal. I can't take it business. We ain't doing business. I'm gonna take it personal. The good and the bad. It's almost like a woman in a relationship with her man. She could go outside and walk the streets, or she could, go to a lounge with her homegirls, and there's gonna be a lot of dudes. It's gonna be like, yo, ma, you beautiful, you gorgeous, God bless you, you beautiful, you beautiful. But when you tell your woman that she's beautiful, that takes her, oh, the butterflies, that makes her feel good. Any man could call her beautiful, but she don't take it personal. She don't even take those beautiful compliments personal. But when you tell her, see, it's personal because you have a direct, that's a relationship. She cares about you. You care about her. You understand? There's certain things I don't need to go to therapy. I don't want to go to therapy. I don't follow any religion. I still have God relations with God. That's a good thing because that's what God says in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Ye holy. It don't say ye be Christian. It don't say be Muslim. It don't say be nothing. He said ye holy. God wants a relationship. If you have a relationship with God, you know what I look at church? Church to me, if I was a baller, is the basketball court. You know what I'm saying? But I could shoot around by myself. I could work on my handle by myself. You know what I'm saying? I could shoot by myself. I could work on my handle by myself. You could, but church is more like if you go into the basketball court and play basketball with with the other ballers and stuff like that. That's what church is a good thing as well, because church, well, it brings fellowship. Church also puts you in a place where other people is trying to walk that walk towards God. It strengthens them. Not everybody has the same background. Not everybody also could interpret the Bible, and if you trust people, it's good to trust good people, genuine people, and pray that God gives you the ability to identify the good people and identify when somebody is not being good and somebody's trying to take advantage of you or whatever, even in search of Christ, right? But also praying before you read. That's something that I learned as an adult. I know I'm not going to get everything in the Bible. That's why your grandmother and your grandfather could still read the same Bible to this day. You would think that, man, come on, you lived to like 80, 70, 90 years. How are you still reading the Bible? Because the Bible is like unlimited. You could always learn and go back. Oh, this is what this means now. Because sometimes you learn it from I've been at church when people don't even crack the Bible, and they just let the preacher preach, and they just, amen. No, but read you too, because that preacher, you don't know if that preacher is genuine. That preacher just want to get paid as well. That's what I was saying. Yeah, you need fellowship. At a certain time, you may not want the fellowship. You may not need the fellowship. Maybe you just want that personal. Maybe the church is too overwhelming to people. Pancho said, I used to go to the Catholic Mass, but I stopped because I seemed like all they cared about was money. I do all my praying at home and help the people in my neighborhood. I know I'm good with God. That's all God wants. God is not going to be like, hey, yo, you was good to me and you had a personal relationship with me, but you ain't go out there and make fellowship with your brothers and sisters. So you ain't coming to heaven, because you ain't tell Ronnie, Bobby, Mickey, and Mike, and New Edition to come along with you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't going like that. God is going to judge us on our own. They ain't going to judge us on the group. God ain't going to be like, all right, all the Latinos on one side, all the blacks on the other side. All the white people to the left, to the back. All the Asians, all the Asians. You know what I'm saying? Guy's gonna be like, hey, yo, Coda, you next. Pancho, okay, you next. Coda, okay, go over there, go. You gonna go to hell, go, man. Oh my God, yo te amo, yo. Vete para infierno. Pancho, all right, you go to the heaven and stuff like that, all right? Don't eat from the forbidden tree, all right? You remember what happened? I'll send you what Coda is at. Coda said, Coda like that. Come on, Punch. Why me? Why I gotta go? Yo, you remember? Put it this way. You remember? You know how we all gonna be when God be like, we might go to hell. You know what? You remember back in the days when you know you were about to get whooped. Do you know that when your mom, you in the house, or your mom and your dad, and your dad gives you that heads up? Wait till I get home. Wait till I get home. You remember those times? You remember that? Or when you get, or when the teacher calls your mother while you in school, tell you you're gonna be in detention or suspension, and your mother tells you, "Tu verás, you're gonna see when you get home." Watch. When God says, "Hey yo, that's how we should be living life when we do commit the sins." When we have to commit the sin, mira, Dios wait till you come. Tú verás que yo te voy a mandar para el infierno. All right, let's go back to the Gervonta Tan Davis. They saying that Ryan Garcia could be a fighter to replace Gervonta Tan Davis, but Oscar De La Hoya shut that one down. Now they saying Anthony Joshua. Netflix is not truly here for the sport of boxing, but they're here for entertainment. Remember what Netflix is. Netflix buys content, right? They're not here to Netflix and the bosses of Netflix are not saying, you know what, man, I want to see Chocolatito versus Juan Francisco Estrada, the fight. Nah, they're not here to see. No, they want entertainment. That's why they good with Jake Paul and Gervonta Tank Davis. And if Jake Paul does not come up with a name and a fan base, the only way that Netflix keeps Jake Paul's date, Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua is good, but I don't know how, because I don't hear too many Americans talk about Anthony Joshua. You know, I don't know how many too many Americans believe in and so I don't know about that one. But Joshua was a big name. Joshua was a big name. If Canelo Alvarez didn't have that elbow surgery, they saying Jake Paul and Terrence Crawford. Is that big, folks? Boxing Talk! Con los 10 pesos! Good looking out, Boxing Talk. Appreciate your shout out to all my brothers that love the Lord. Love you all. Keep the faith. Be unashamed and worship the Lord in spirit and in truth. Facts, man. Facts. That person over there. I think, you know what? Also, Boxing Talk. I think when people understand what is the personal relationship with God, because God knows who you are. See, the thing is that people don't think that God knows who you are. They think them getting to know God is God getting to know who you are, or your sins, or your negative, like you're walking into some scary no. God is like God knows your weaknesses. God knows your strength. God knows already what you've done. God knows what you're capable of doing, positive and negative. But when you have that relationship, that genuine relationship with God, you know what I'm saying? Then you will know that certain things that you may deem as sins, right? But God knows your heart. God knows if you're really a malicious person. God knows if you're lying to be bad. Right? Like sometimes you want to give confidence to your kids when your kids is losing confidence, right? and you tell like a little white lie to build up their confidence. It might be a little lie, but you tell that little lie to not make them, how you say it, like like lose so much confidence that they're not even gonna be into whatever they into, right? Right? But then you work on them to overcome that little lie, not to keep them from drowning in negative thoughts and stuff like that. God knows. God knows certain things. God knows who you are. God knows your sense of humor. That's why there's one thing that sometimes I used to be like, I used to tell a lot of jokes, and I'm like, dang, God ain't gonna like this. But God gave me my sense of humor. God, that's why we're all different. God gave me my sense of humor. You know? I'm going to use it. God gave me some talent, and there's certain things that I can do, and I won't do because I'm not good at it. No gods, no masters. You make yourself masters or scapegoats for your own behavior. Turkey might just let Bud dismantle Jake Paul. Hey, Terrence Crawford versus Jake Paul. You know what it is? Is that Terrence Bud Crawford is great in the ring. Terrence Bud Crawford is one of the greatest fighters that ever wear a pair of gloves. What Bud Crawford don't bring to the table is drama leading to a fight. And maybe and to be honest, in boxing, drama leading up to a fight sells as much as the actual fight. The fight is only the fight, but the build-up is the work, is the script, is the storyline. That's what sells. That's what gives the series. That's what gives the 24/7. Remember, it's the series, the build-up. Bud is not going to say too much disrespectful. Jake Paul and can't feed off nobody going back and forth with him. You noticed that, right? You noticed that Gervonta Tank Davis, that first press conference was boring because Tank is not giving anything. The reason why Ryan Garcia and Jake Paul could have had something going. Conor McGregor and Jake Paul. To be honest, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, the rematch, is lucrative. Fight Fury Films, Teofimo Lopez versus Jake Paul. I think, Teo could talk. And Teo could also make you hate him and like him. See, Teo is the type. This is when you want somebody to talk, but he gives you the feeling that you want him to shut up. But that's the feeling. The feeling is when you want somebody that's talking to somebody to shut them up. The way that the boxing world look at Teo, they will even want Jake Paul to smash up Teo. I say a Teo versus Jake Paul buildup is more exciting than a Bud because Bud doesn't talk. But that fight will be interesting because Bud could be like, I'm bringing. All Bud gotta say is, yo, you know what you did to Mike Tyson? I'm bringing a watch. You wanted to fight Canelo Alvarez, right? You were about to fight Canelo. Now you're gonna fight the guy that beat Canelo Alvarez. Maybe the Bud Crawford and Jake Paul, but Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford gotta say the right shit. Yo, Fight Fury Films, good looking out with a $20 super chat. Appreciate you. Appreciate you also being a member. Appreciate you with donations. I thought it was the trash can. True, that's why Virgil Ortiz hasn't blown up yet for the same reason. He's a good kid and doesn't like drama. But I remember, you remember that interview that Virgil Ortiz had, and he was talking to the reporter. He said, yeah, and that's like reporters like you. I ain't never gonna speak to you, no answer my questions, so don't ask me anything else. Maybe there's reporters that does not know how to pinch the nerves of the fighters to get a great interview. You know? Now these fighters get diva mode too. Get him out. This reporter like Tyson Fury and Ellie. Get him out. No, answer Ellie. No, he's a reporter. Answer his questions. Who cares if you don't like Ellie? Answer the damn question. See, Floyd Mayweather. See, that's what Floyd Mayweather and Kenny from ESPN. They had that going back and forth. That was entertainment. Same thing that Muhammad Ali and what's his name? Um, Muhammad Ali had it with, what was that back in the days? Not Bob Custer. Now what was his name? With that late night show guy. I would not be surprised. Floyd and Jake Paul. I don't think that Floyd ever want to get in the ring with the Pauls because I'm gonna be honest. That Jake Paul and Logan Paul, that wasn't easy for Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather said, you know what, man? If Floyd Mayweather, he had a cookie. Then he had a cookie or he was swollen in his ears, stuff like that. I don't think that Floyd Mayweather want to put himself to a person that is really going to go at him. Logan Paul went after Floyd Mayweather. That shit was an exhibition. Logan Paul wanted to be fair. He wanted to prove a point. He couldn't, but he wanted to prove a point. He went after Floyd Mayweather. And I don't think that Floyd Mayweather won an exhibition like that. He know that the size is highly different. I don't think that Floyd Mayweather want to do something like that again. There's a lot of boxing people that's happy that this exhibition is not gonna come through fruition. I'm all good with the exhibition with Gervonta and Davis and Jake Paul. Why not? Boxing Talk with the $10 super chat. Boxing Talk. Good looking now. Says, when are you going to do it live on Loma's resume? Also, I didn't think Kerr would take on Tio. I don't know what he thinks he sees. Kerr beating Tio makes him pound for pound one. Kerr said he figured out Tio and is making me think. Tio Lopez, look, as much as Tio, as Shakur knows Tio, Tio knows Shakur. And it's about the confidence of Shakur knowing Tio for such a long time. You're going to feel comfortable with somebody that you've seen and know ever since you've grown up. It's just like Keith Thurman was comfortable with Sean Porter. Actually, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia was comfortable towards each other. We never seen Devin Haney fight like that and go after somebody. You know why? Because Devin Haney fought Ryan Garcia in the pros like he did in the amateurs. He was so comfortable with Ryan Garcia that he forgot that it was 8-ounce gloves. He forgot that it was 8-ounce glove. He forgot that Ryan Garcia became a man, and he forgot there was no headgear. So, but Devin fought Ryan in the same approach that he fought him in the amateurs. So if Devin Haney, who gave Ryan Garcia, look, the last 8 count Devin Haney had was Ryan Garcia in the amateurs. The last 8 count that Ryan Garcia had was Devin Haney giving Ryan Garcia an 8 count. So Devin Haney was very comfortable. So Shakur is very comfortable in knowing Teofimo Lopez and knowing who Teo has sparred with, seen Teo's fight, been in the amateurs together. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a comfortability, but that's go both ways. I think that Teo is highly confident in Shakur Steve. You know, I just think that the fight is going to go like this, that Teo is going to be Shakur Stevenson. It's going to be a good competitive fight, but I think that Teo is going to be Shakur Stevenson because I feel that Teo is going to be like the Roy Jones Jr. and Shakur is going to be the James Toney. The thing that's going to separate them is I think they both got high IQs, but I think that we've seen Teofimo Lopez use his high IQ versus the Vasily Lomachenkos and the Josh Taylor pound-for-pound caliber fighters. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Teo's IQ at the highest level. I know there's some hiccups in terms of performance, but we've seen him at his high. We've seen him at the highest level. And we've seen him at the highest level with southpaws, which is Shakur Stevenson. Teofimo Lopez is more comfortable fighting southpaws than orthodox fighters. He's great because he's beaten southpaw fighters. So, and I think he's coming into the table knowing that Shakur is not going to hurt him. See, there was a capability that Josh Taylor could hurt Teo. We've seen Lomachenko make people quit, really hurt. We don't ever see Shakur Stevenson truly hurt people like that. Like, he don't got the reputation for punching power. He got the reputation of having bad hands now. So, I think Teo will win that fight. Gervonta ain't fighting no more. He under investigation. Um, that and right there, that's just I don't know. I don't know. We sitting. I think if Rolly Romero, if the fight with Rolly Romero and Gervonta Tan Davis was canceled because they was doing an investigation on Rolly Romero, I forgot to add that one up, bro. I forgot to add that one up in the in the video. You remember the Rolly Romero getting pulled out of a fight with Gervonta Tan Davis, and that's why Pitbull Cruz fought Tank because of the sexual allegations of 5 girls that all of them turned deaf and all of them all disappeared because they was lying on Rolly, bro. They lied on Rolly, man. I felt sorry for Rolly. I felt sorry for Rolly. I remember that around that time, that's when I met Rolly. I met Rolly during the baby shower with Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez had a baby shower. That's why I met Rolly, right? But yo, them girls, I'm telling you, man, and that's not that. And I remember Rolly was man sad, bro, cause he felt like, yo, this is his biggest moment. He was ready to buy his mother a house. He was ready to do a lot of great things with that money. That eventually that opportunity came back, but and none of these women get. It happened to Rolly too. Happened to Rolly, man. That's why I don't believe. I'm sorry, man. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt to Gervonta Tan Davis. I think it's 8-4 TO easy. How does Shakur win this fight? I think Shakur win this fight if TO gets a little bit complacent and doesn't throw enough punches. You know what I'm saying? I think that the only way that Teofimo Lopez lose this fight if he fights the way, if he lets Shakur dictates everything, you know, and if he gets frustrated because it's not going his way, you know. Yeah, but I think right now with T.O.'s at mentally and stuff like that, like I just don't see Shakur Stevenson winning this fight. I see it as a close fight, competitive fight, but I don't see Shakur winning this fight. I'm not saying it can't, but I don't see. I see Teofimo Lopez. He's geared up to this fight. He's geared up for this moment. And when T.O. is geared up, and maybe because I've been around T.O., I've spoken to T.O., and when he's up for a fight and when he's dialed in on something, yo, I've been in camp with T.O., man. T.O. was out of any fighter I seen in a gym. I'm telling you right now. I ain't never seen a guy work like that, yo. He's thirsty for greatness. That's why he talked the way he talked. That's why y'all thought that he was capping when he went in Bud. Y'all thought he signed to fight Boots Ennis. Let's not forget about that. I think that T.O.'s, things that he have said got people looking at him like he's not what I'm saying. He is that. I'm telling you, bro. I seen that man in camp, bro. I see how that guy work, man. He's a gym rat. He's a gym rat, man. I'm telling you, man. The reason why he was calling out Vasily Lomachenko 2 years before. He fought Vasily Lomachenko in his 15th fight. I'm telling you. If T.O.'s head is where he's dialing, I just don't see nobody beating him at 147, 140, and anybody coming from 135. I'm going to tell you like this. For Teofimo Lopez to lose again, is going to have to take a great fighter. Shakur is a great fighter, and that's why I'm giving it a close fight. But he ain't winning. Bud, Boots, and Shakur are spanking T.O. I know, y'all. I get it. I get it. It's dad. Y'all always go by with that same Camboso. That's the only thing. Put it this way. Put your money up on anybody and rock with that same mentality. But he lost to George Camboso. He judged George Camboso. Yo, that Camboso fight, my brother, was almost 5 years ago. Y'all still stuck on that. Ain't nobody was stuck on that when Manny Pacquiao lost 2 times early in his career by nobodies. He still became an 8th Division World Champion. That's the only thing. Y'all got to get away from that already, brothers. I'm saying it for real. Like, he lost to George Camboso shit. Like, it's played out, bro. It's almost 5 years. It's played out already. I'm just, as a fellow boxing guy to y'all, that he lost to George Camboso, it's played out already, man. Like, he won all his fights. 6, 7 fights. That's almost 5 years ago, bro. That fight was 2021. Let it go. What has Kambosa done? Nothing. People still, people still, that's like me if I'm bringing, if I was bringing, when Manny Pacquiao was about to face, Miguel Cotto, but I think that Manny Pacquiao gonna lose because he lost, he got knocked out a long time ago by Torres Compa. Come on, man, let it go, bro. Hey, Roberto Ren ain't gonna be in Barkley because he lost to De Jesus back at 135. My goodness, let it go. Antoine Subir will smoke. Stop it. Manny List early by KO, so got outboxed. He got outboxed by Kambosa. How he got outboxed by Kambosa? Kambosa got dropped in the 10th round in the championship rounds, bro. Yeah, that's one thing about boxing fan. Y'all over exaggerate something because Kambosa, you didn't think nobody in this world thought Kambosa could even compete with Tio. So he competed, so now he outboxed. You know what's outboxed? Outboxed is what Shakur did to Nakathila. What Shakur did to Casosial. What Tio did to Josh Taylor. What Devin Haney did to George Kambosa. What Devin Haney did to Regis Prograis. What Buck Crawford did. Let me see who he outboxed. What he did to Jose Benavidez. Like, but even I'm not even gonna mention knockdowns. That's outboxed. That's outboxed. Going to fucking war is not outboxed, bro. Going to war ain't outboxed. Even the round that he got knocked down, one judge gave it a 9-8 round? Come on, man. Stop with the over-exaggeration. That's like when somebody be like, yo, Buck Crawford beat the crap out of Canelo Alvarez. No, it was a boring fight. It was a decent technical fight where Buck Crawford, in the exchanges in the 9th and the 11th and 12th round, got the better of Canelo Alvarez. But by the numbers, it was just a tactical matchup. It wasn't as exciting as it is, as yo. You don't have to over-exaggerate something just to say, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Kambosa outboxed Tio. Yo, Kambosa beat the crap out of Tio. Stop. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Show me the proof. Send the email. Show me that you bet on Kambosa. Straight up more so. Now a genius gonna come out of nowhere and say, George Kambosa. Let me guess. You have Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson too, because you was in Japan and you saw Mike Tyson partnering with Bobby Brown and having orgies with Japanese chicks. Let me guess. You also had Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson. And you had Andy Ruiz beating AJ. Yeah, you're a genius. Yeah. Anybody can be a genius. I'm gonna say the same lie you saying. It's that. I'm gonna say the same lie. Yo, back in the days, man, I had Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson. I'm a genius. Man, I told y'all George Kambosa was going to beat Tim Lopez. I'm a genius. Man, I told y'all that Buck Crawford was going to beat the crap out of T about Canelo Alvarez. Man, I told you the man going to go up to it. And I was telling y'all years ago that he could go to 168 and do what he did. Yeah, man. Man, I told you that Mexican heavyweight going to do the same shit to AJ, man. I'm telling you, I'm the truth, man. Anybody could say that shit. Anybody could lie like you. Is that? Anybody could say that. He said he better get it because he racist. Shut up. Oh my God. Stop it. Stop. Tio should only fight twice a year, only against elite guys, because I don't trust him in Tunos. He wins, though. He wins. I think that we got to the point in boxing that we're looking for a dominant performance by every elite fighters or every high invested fighters, and if it's less than dominant, then they're bad. No, it's a fight, and everybody is different, and every game plan is different. If you could overcome as an elite fighter, you know this is what separates great, really good from great fighters. Great fighters know how to make adjustments in the ring. Really great fighters. Some fighters making adjustments that they need to go back to the drawing board and make adjustments and stuff like that, and then get it. That's still really good. That's still great. But Floyd Mayweather make adjustments in the ring. Teofimo Lopez may have had the prettiest fights versus Martin and Jermaine Ortiz, but he won. He won. That's what made him elite. He could win those ugly matchups. He could win those. He could win those fights when dudes is running from him. He could win those fights, just like Canelo Alvarez did with William Scar. It wasn't the prettiest, but the dude that was running just didn't do enough. Tio ain't no Floyd. Nobody was saying that Tio. Tio is Tio. Floyd is Floyd. Tio is great in his own right. Just like Shakur is great in his own right in his own time. Y'all looking for Floyds. That's the problem. So so is anything less than Floyd, that's why y'all so bitter as boxing fans. Because y'all think that everybody is Floyd. And y'all have set a bar that everybody gotta be Floyd. So every fight and every round has to be flawless. No fighter could get dropped, or you're gonna chastise them and having a weak chin. No fighters could go through adversity. Every high invested American fighter has to be dominant round 1 to round 12. If anything, y'all gonna pick something. Oh, he got dropped. Oh, he weak. I love Tio, but not fighting Haney gives me a pause. I can't believe he didn't. I mean, you already know how I feel boxing talk about that. I've been watching boxing for 40 years, and great boxers understand distance like Floyd Mayweather and Crawford. Lopez is well gifted like that, like Shakur Stevenson. Thank you, see, Dennis Moore, see, you're a boxing fan. That's a boxing. That's what Dennis Moore is saying. That's what a guy that watches boxing know what the hell he's watching. Not like this other guy that just said, I bet against Teofimo Lopez versus George Cambosa because he racist. Well, he said that was racist leading up to the George Camboso fight. What Teofimo Lopez said that was racist leading up to a George Camboso fight. I know what he said after a George Camboso fight. But this man said in my chat, I bet against Teofimo Lopez. I always bet because he was a racist. So I bet against him versus George Camboso. Yo, you a liar, is that? Yo, is that? You lying, man. You don't gotta lie. You don't gotta lie, Craig. You don't gotta lie. If you would have said that after he said the whichever monkey want to eat the banana, when he's with the quote unquote where the liquor at or something like that, I could understand. But you saying that you bet against Tio because he a racist before the Camboso fight. What he said. Is that what did he said that was racist before the George Camboso fight? I'll give you time so you could Google and then AI will tell you. If they ever fought the caliber of opponent. At this point, guys like Teofimo Lopez, he has to just get in the ring and do what he needs to do in the ring. I think that he hasn't been in the ring ever since May 2nd, and then before that, it was last year. I think that the momentum it doesn't have a good momentum right now in terms of inactivity. But hopefully we get that fight in January. Hopefully they announce it. And if it's gonna be in Riha season in February, hopefully. But Ladies and gentlemen, let me put my kids to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Let me put the kids to sleep. I'll probably go live later. I'll probably go live in the AM, 12 a.m. Eastern time. But what do you think is a tougher fight for Tio, Keyshawn or Shakur? I think Shakur. I think Shakur, because I think with Shakur, Teofimo Lopez has to think more. I think that Tio could get to Keyshawn way easier. I think Shakur, once you fight a careful fighter, see, that's what Shakur is. Shakur is a very careful fighter. And when you fight a defensive fighter that does not want to be knocked out, he don't want to be touched. See, there's fighters like Keyshawn. He knows to dish out. He's going to take something. Same thing for Tio. He's wanting to stand in the fire so he could throw his shots, give his shots, showboat. If Teofimo could do all of that, it's because he's very comfortable in throwing his shots, very comfortable that his shot is going to land, it's going to hurt. He got the accuracy, and he understands that he may get hit in the process. Shakur, outside of his last fight, traditionally doesn't fight. He fights very, very careful. And when you fight very, very careful, then you're not, you know what I'm saying? But when Tio want to box, he could do that's the thing. See, Tio could do what these guys do. Tio could fight like Haney and Shakur if he wants, but then it's not fun for him. It's not entertaining. See, for Tio fights also to entertain. Shakur, Haney, they don't fight to entertain. They fight just to get the W. Tio fights because he wants people to be like, hey, yo, I never seen somebody do that before. Yo, that shit was fly. Yo, Tio likes to entertain. And by entertaining, wanting to entertain, and doesn't give you that opponent that is going to risk it for you to get your shot. That's where the frustration comes. Saludo! Good looking out, man. You the GOAT, bro. But yo, I'm gonna cut this one off, man. I'm gonna go, put the kiddos to sleep before they fall deep in sleep. I hate when I go live and then I shut it off and then they fell asleep and then I'm trying to wake them up and they don't want to wake up and stuff like that I missed the night. So I'm gonna drop a video later on, and I'm gonna probably go live 12 a.m. Eastern time, like in what, 4 hours, right? Let me see, what time is it? 8? Yeah, I'll probably go live like in 4 hours. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that donated to the channel. I appreciate y'all, man. If you haven't become a member of Punch Drunk Boxing, become a member. Support the channel. Smash the like. Share the lives. Donate to the channel. Love y'all. God bless. And